Hi, it's Cheleche. Welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this video, it's because you too do not fit into this world. Being a black sheep is not all that bad. In fact, I would say you're not a black sheep. You're a superstar. You're a star. Please, I'm a star. Because you are. And we're going to talk about it. Why, no matter what you do, you never seem to fit in. You always stuck out like a sore thumb. That's because you weren't meant to fit in. You weren't designed to fit in. And actually, I was going to talk about something else today, and I had it all prepared and planned. Like, I took notes, and I've been sitting on it, ruminating on it for a few days. And yeah, but I felt like this topic got me more excited. And I will still do my other topic, and it's about fake friends and how to notice them and what to do about it. Because I feel like I've got it down to a science at this point. Yeah. And a little bit of the psychology behind it, yes. But today, I want to talk about if you've never fit in and you always felt like a black sheep, you're actually a star. You weren't meant to fit in. Would a star blend in a crowd of normies? No. So, what a blessing that you never fit in and that the normies always hated you. Thank God. Thank the galaxies. Thank the universe. I've always felt like an alien in this world, and I've come to the conclusion that yes, I am just an alien. Uh, uh, I'm an alien sent on this earth, incarnated into a human body, with the secret mission of elevating this world and making this world a better place. I'm meant to be a trailblazer, and sometimes that comes with just not fitting in to the program, to the system, and that's okay. But yeah, since I was young, I always felt like I could never find my people. I would try my best to look at other people and like literally take notes mentally, like, okay, they did X, Y, and Z. I'm going to try doing X, Y, and Z and see if it works for me. It was just survival, which is like, I guess, kind of sad, but I mean, at the end of the day, humans are built for survival of the fittest, right? So even in a social sense, in a social aspect. So even if I would try to copy or wear the masks I saw other people wearing, they never seemed to stick. It always seemed to be very, very transparent on me. No matter what I did, I still had a lot of people that didn't like me. A lot of people that would go out of their way to try to hurt me. And this is not my victim story, okay? But I have encountered lots of situations like that that I got me thinking, why me? And now I realize I'm glad it was me. Thank you for choosing me because I know I am a threat. I know I don't fit in. I know, like, I'm that girl. It's okay. Thank you for validating it. Yes. But I always knew I wanted to be famous, okay? Since I was little, people would ask me, what do you want to be? I would say famous. Not like that, but I was just like, famous. And they'd be like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay, no, for real, what do you want to do? Like an adult laughed in my face and said that. And I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, this is going to be part of my come up story. This is great. I was probably in elementary school thinking that. Isn't that crazy? Oh, I love me. People would always underestimate me. It's either that they underestimate you or are hell bent on misunderstanding you, or because they don't feel like they can achieve it and they see you as less than. Because if you stand out, like me personally, I feel like I stand out because I shine bright and I am not afraid to be me. Especially nowadays, I just don't care about how I'm perceived anymore. I don't care about so and so's approval or being cool to so and so. I'm so past that, and thank God. And we're going to touch on that in my next video, actually. Not caring about what other people think. Not caring what others think. The art of not caring. I'm sure that's a book title. I haven't read it, but I'm sure it's great. Not caring what people think. Yes. Yes. Fabulous. But yes, it's a waste of time, truly. Once I realized, oh, it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter if I try to appeal to people I'm trying to survive amongst or if I don't. Because I went both extremes, right? I tried my best to fit in. That didn't work. I tried my best to stand out then because I was like, okay, I was in my rebellious stage. I was like, F all of this. I'm just going to be a menace in my own sense. And people still didn't like me. So I was like, oh, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So let it go. Let those masks dissolve. And if you've been living under masks for a very long time, it's going to take a little bit of practice, just as anything does, to integrate a new way of behaving and thinking. That also starts with the people you surround yourself with. If you're around people that care a lot about how they're being perceived, if they're approved in a social aspect, to a certain degree, does that matter? Yeah, like me, like I got all done up and pretty. That, to a certain degree, reflects and communicates that I care about myself. But what I'm really talking about is like in an ego standpoint, like, oh yes, oh, I went to this school and I got these things and I've come from this and I traveled here and I've done that. And that's not always a bad thing. I don't want to demonize that. But use your discernment and you'll realize who's doing this for show and who's doing this because they're proud of themselves and they're happy about it. There's a difference. There is a difference. There is. And you'll recognize it. I've gotten really good at like detecting bullshit. I don't know if I can say that. Detecting BS and determining you're full of it, or determining, okay, you cool. Yes, talk yo shit because you deserve to. It's easier to tell if you're not part of the game, if you're not part of the, acting game. Like, this world is our stage, right? It is. Now, do you plan on playing another character or embodying your main character? Because embodying your character to its fullest potential is against what most people do. It's not usually the way people flow. The best way to go about it is to find you, to look within. A black sheep is a superstar. You're not fitting in. Does the main character fit into the background? No, they don't. That's why they're the main character. Stories and plots revolve around them because they're there. They're being themselves. Like, they can't help it. They're fabulous. They shine bright. And this also goes into the Marilyn Monroe effect, I think. I've gone through moments where, like, okay, I'll tell a little story. I had a boyfriend for like 2 weeks. I haven't talked about this. It's been a long time though, so like I'll talk about it. I had a boyfriend for like 2 weeks, and within those 2 weeks, I was thinking like, this was before we became boyfriend girlfriend. Actually, I was like, he's not giving enough, so this is gonna be my last dinner until for me to realize if this is worth it for me or not. And it was like Valentine's week, okay, Valentine's week, and I got dressed up. I looked hot as fuck. I looked hot down boots like Shakira. Like, I looked so good, like a Latina baddie down. My little heels, my bootcut pants, a little cleavage, and a red lace top. Girl, pull up. I'm already like, so he knows what he's missing out on if he doesn't act right, which is like, we're gonna give her grace. This was Chelsea from like last year. We're gonna give her some grace, okay? And the way so many people would stop and like look at me, the way so many people would stop and be like, whoa, like, and there came a point where we were having dinner and these girls looked at me and like reacted like, oh my gosh, like, you're so pretty. And it was like they wanted to say they recognized me from somewhere. It was like I was famous. And am I famous? Yes, I am famous, but not, I mean, like, I will be mega superstar famous, but like, it was a different level of reaction. And that is the Marilyn Monroe effect. Whenever I decide that I want to shine brighter than what I already do, I go from being a star, as we all are, to a supernova. And a little science behind stars and supernovas. Actually, a star is like a constant nuclear explosion, okay? I teach science. Okay, a constant nuclear explosion, and what keeps it held inside is gravity. Eventually, in a star's lifetime, that nuclear explosion will begin to die down to where gravity will take over, which imbalances it. Now, this causes a reaction, and fun fact, we are made up of the remnants of that reaction. So, yes, we're made up of stardust. And that imbalance causes it to be sucked into a small, small size, the size of these fists. And then that imbalance causes an explosion, which is the supernova. Some things have to get imbalanced in order to transform. They do. It's true. It's just part of life. It's part of nature. You got to have some type of give in order for something to react, in order for something to ignite, in order for something to happen. And that is seen in small and big ways in the world and in our lives. I was teaching a class actually about that, and I take everything as a sign because I'm like really in tune with the universe. If you've read The Alchemist, you know what type of vibe I'm on. Like, I do communicate with the universe constantly because we are the universe personified. I am a part of the universe in this body, in my cheleche body. So I'm communicating with the universe constantly because we are the same. I was showing them pictures of supernovas, and this boy thought he was funny. He was actually being very disruptive in class, and he was like, haha, that's you, and that one's you. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's me. Thank you. And in my head, I'm like, he recognizes store. He recognizes a true store. It's actually a blessing to not fit in. And not only that, you don't want to fit in with regular people while knowing in your mind and in your heart and in your soul and your being the calling to want better, the calling that you deserve better, that you're meant for the high rankings, whether that's in this world, spiritually, all the above. You're meant for better. You know that innately in your heart and in your mind, and it's gnawing at you because you know that that's meant for you. And that's not just wishful thinking. Not everybody thinks that way. Not everybody thinks that way, and especially not everybody acts that way. So, if you have that inkling and feeling, yeah, you are special. People say you're not more special than the next person, but I mean, I like to think that I am special because I've always stood out. I've always felt different. I've always felt outcasted. And I saw that as such a negative thing, but truly it's not. And I know my heart and my being, and I'm not coming from an egotistical place. I just know I'm meant for more. I'm meant for greater. And believing that, there's nothing wrong with that, especially because there's a difference between being arrogant and confident. Big difference. And I'm sure you know it too. And one is magnetic, confidence, and one is repellent, ego, pride. It's nasty. It's not attractive. No, it's very apparent. And the things you'll naturally encounter in life and attract will reflect that too. So it's all very telling. But yeah, you don't want to fit in with them because then you'd be stuck playing many games. If we were to see life as our stage, as a big game, there are mini games, okay, that just go in circles and circles that don't really get you anywhere, that deplete your energy because there's a lot of emotional investment in them. And it's just small time things, small little things. Or you can step away from that and enter the game of life, the game of winning life, which is the ultimate winning, the ultimate game, the bigger picture, which is so important. Always keep the bigger picture in mind. Zoom out and realize, yeah, that's not for me, and I'm gonna go this way. Thank you. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Rid yourself of the mini games and move on. Now, whenever you do this constantly, the universe will sometimes bring in people from the past or bring in situations that look similar from the past to really test, is she about it? Are they really for real? Are they past these little games that they were once dabbling in? Are they past it? Let's see. And it's a test of sorts. And that's where you can really decide, no, I do. I miss the mini games. I miss them. Or, nah, I'm over it. Like, I got bigger and better things to do. And continue on your path. Continue on your path of life. Because that's what it's all about. Thank you. Yes. Well, how do I know? Because I feel it. And because I'm living it. I'm in the midst of living it. And it's not my first cycle of experiencing weird people. I've had that my whole life. I've never had consistent friends. They've all been periodic. Like, I've always desired it, but it's never happened. But the more I'm like pretty strict with what I allow into my field, then it's only more likely that I'll run into more people like me. So let other people play the mini games. It's not your job to teach them or to drag them out of them. You might have a big heart for them and share a lot of compassion for these people, and maybe even see versions of your past selves in them that makes you want to save them. That is not your job. You are still playing mini games and pulling yourself down trying to save people. We are not all meant to be saviors. We are meant to be our own saviors. Now, I'm grateful that I found my outlet to do so on YouTube, because I used to be the kind of person that wanted to bring everybody with me, which would make me drown. And people that aren't ready, like, it doesn't matter how smart you think they are. If they're not ready on an internal level, if they can't even look at themselves in the mirror and really like recognize the truth for what it is, you're wasting your time. They're not going to do it until they want to do it on their own. That's not your job. You can wish them well and hold compassion for them, but ultimately, you have to keep going in life. And you'll run into other people, more people, different people, better people. It all just takes your discernment and what you'll tolerate and what you won't. So don't tolerate BS. Please do not. You're better than that. I'm grateful that masks never worked for me. I'm grateful that, I stood out all the time. Even though when I was younger Chels didn't get it. I would get bullied a lot in high school. I just never fit in. I never had the cool kid clothes. I was kind of awkward, I would think, growing up. I never found my home outside of home. And even home felt, it wasn't the worst, but I didn't feel like I had much of a belonging anywhere. So I'm grateful that I found that belonging within. Because then it doesn't matter where I'm put, I will shine wherever I go. If I want to shine brighter, I can, because I've already dabbled into the Marilyn Monroe effect. And when I want to stand out and when I want to shine bright and be a superstar, I can. And yeah, it's like a balancing act. But I don't want you thinking that being a black sheep is a curse. That not fitting in is a bad thing. It is a blessing, and how happy I am for you that you never fit in. Because, like, you're meant for more. You're meant for greater. You're not supposed to fit in. Isn't that awesome? Like, high five. I know you're awesome and you're cool. And even if right now you don't have the right friends or whatever, like, girl, me too. Boy, me too. Brethren, sisters, wait. Everybody, like, me too. And that's okay. Like, it's not that bad. Like, I'm focused on my goals and my dreams. And I want it to show that this is possible, that following your dreams is possible. And being disciplined in a life aspect is providing blessings for me, because I'm not playing around with myself and my life and my path. I'm not. And I don't. And I won't. And so I talk to you guys to let you know that it is possible and that I can do it. You can do it. We can do it. We'll pull through it. I can learn to do it. You can too. We can learn to do it too. Yeah. Take it as a blessing. Thank the universes. Thank God. Thank whoever you believe in. Thank yourself that you stood out so much that you never fit in. I'll even talk about, like, even, how theater programs in schools, like, those are stereotypically like the outcast, the weird kids. I never even fit into that atmosphere. Like, everywhere I went, it seemed like someone had a problem with me. And it's just little old me, like, me. And I was Mormon at the time too, so like, me, you got a problem with me? Is pigs flying? Is these bitches trying me? Like, in retrospect, thank you so much for giving me all your attention and that, like, for confirming that I'm really hurt. Like, I've always known it, but it really all comes together like a puzzle once you zoom out. Like, wow, I've always been her. This path has always been for me. Like, I am a superstar. It's like that story of the kid that always got bullied and blah blah blah. He went and became a CEO, and now he gets all the people, all the money, all the things. It's part of the come up story. It's for the plot. And when you're in the midst of it, sometimes it's not fun. But in the grand story of life, because life is a journey, right? Life's a journey. Like, doesn't it make it so much more rewarding and fun? Instead of it just being handed to you and you not knowing what to do with it, like you might fumble. It's like giving a loser a baddie. They'll fumble. Trust. I've tried. So, yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I love you. And I'm grateful that I did this topic today. I did kind of dabble into the other topic that I want to talk about, but I want to dedicate a whole video on that, on friendships and what you do about them and a little bit of the psychology behind it. I'm so proud of you, and I'm happy that you don't fit in because I don't either. Yay! So yeah, I love you. Keep going. You're doing so good. You're doing way better than you think you are. Trust. Sometimes we're our harshest critics, and even if you're not your own critic, like zooming in on yourself, you don't really see the bigger picture of how everyone else sees you. So, yeah, thanks for being here. If you enjoyed this video and topics like these, please like and subscribe. That would help me so much to keep going on my journey. I'm never going to stop, but I mean, the support will help me so much to keep going and hopefully get monetized on this channel. Yay! Black sheep, superstar, supernova, whatever you want to call it. But you're meant for more and you're meant for greater. And the more you know that, the more you feel that, the more it will become. So, yes, it's true. All right, farewell. Mwah, mwah. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day or night or evening whenever it is that you're watching this. Please like and subscribe, like I said, and also follow me on my other platforms, Instagram and TikTok at ched.leche. Much love. Take care. Bye-bye.